looked for a church, and I got my ordination as Presbyterian pastor, I was looking for a church environment that was in trouble, that needed, help turning around, and had the wherewithal to do that. So I've come down to Brooksville, been working with the church now for just about 11 months. We've doubled the size of the congregation, added 2 new services, done some revitalization, and things are really beginning to take off. And I'll be here Wednesday with Patricia.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
And if it's all right with you, I'm going to bring my youth pastor with me.
I would love for you to bring anybody from your congregation you would enjoy have with you. Everything that I do is scripture. You tell me what we're going to study that day, and we talk about it. It's a talk session. It's not going to be sermon, okay?
All right.
We're going to discuss. So that's going to be great. Bring everybody you care to have.
Sounds good to me. We have a couple. Can I tell you about some special events we've got going on?
Yes,
Please
yes,
do,
that's
yes.
wonderful.
Okay, so one, working with the Rising Sun Cafe in Brooksville, we're going to be part of their Hot Summer Nights activity this next Saturday. Normally we run a Saturday night, what we call a stepping stone service, which actually, it looks like you've walked into an Applebee's. It's got the round tables with the checkerboard patterns, and we serve free hot dogs and hamburgers, and we've got a live band on stage, and we usually will throw up something like a Numa video and then do a short, ultra-contemporary sermon or service to go with that. And I hate even to call it a sermon. We have our youth pastor do it. And it's really just to discuss what we just saw in the video and discuss the biblical precepts behind, what everyday life experiences bring to the table for us. And we started that in February, and it's going gangbusters. It kind of acts as a feeder service for us. So we get people that are coming into it for the free hot dogs and hamburgers end up coming Sunday morning to one of our services there. So
Food. We gotta be
we got the food going. One of the members.
Dave's not invited.
I tell you, one of the members of our congregation
Somebody's
is
got to document this.
one of the members of our congregation is the owner of Emerson Thompson Refrigeration, and the reason I bring that up is his father his grandfather invented the ice cream making machine. So we get all the free ice cream we want. So it's great from that
we'll be there for
perspective.
sure.
But this Saturday, quite uniquely, this Saturday, we're not going to be running the Stepping Stone service at our church because Brooksville and the Rising Sun are doing this, hot summer nights thing. So from 5 to 10, come down to downtown Brooksville. There's going to be multiple churches running their live bands in different venues. There's going to be 70 or more booths set up with free food and different activities, lots of fun. They did it for the first time last month, and they had over 1,000 people running through the town.
I'm actually thinking about setting up, in the Rising Sun, in case anybody wants to see what we do.
Excellent. Well, I got to tell you, and I'm going to plug them.
they're
They
wonderful.
are one heck of a Christian organization.
Yes.
They do so much for that community, way and beyond, simply running their little cafe. They're a place for people to come in and hold Bible studies. They're a place for people to come in with their problems or concerns. They feed hundreds of people every week, in the various ministry outreaches they've got. They're a very, very Christian-centered organization. So,
they're a great evangelism place.
Yes.
They're actually discussing having auditions that I'm fixing to hold there.
I happen to know how she got started with that.
Because of you.
No, it wasn't because of me.
Oh, no, about me going there.
But you know what? She's told me this story a few times, and I've said, listen, you ought to write it down. And she says, I can't write, David. But I said, well, tell me the story. She says, I had no job, and I had nowhere to live. I was living with my sister-in-law, and I was sleeping on a couch. And I used to go to the supermarket and get online and read the self-help magazines, and then when I got to the register, I'd get back on the end of the line and keep reading it. And she said, and I did that for a while, and I got an idea, and she said, I borrowed a vacuum cleaner from a neighbor and started cleaning people's houses. And after a little bit of time went by, I bought my own vacuum cleaner, and then I started to hire a couple of girls to work with me, and eventually I built my company up, and finally I sold it for 6 figures, and that's how I got my coffee shop.
Excellent. Well, is this Lisa that you?
Yes.
Her husband John and I actually have some joint history, although we didn't realize it at the time. I was running a R&D group down in Denver, Colorado.
Yeah.
At the same time, he was a hedge fund manager down there. And we went through the dot-com bubble and that burst. That was my Damascus Road
yeah.
experience. He ran through the same thing with his hedge fund. That was his Damascus Road experience. And both of us were driven and kicking and screaming to Christ at exactly the same time in exactly the same city.
Wow.
So, and then we meet up again years later in Brooksville.
Synchronicity.
And boom, there he is. But and also they make a terribly good sugar-free caramel latte. Just to throw that out.
We can't say that.
No,
It's
no, let's
terribly
say
good,
that.
delicious caramel latte. But we appreciate your having
Now,
tried.
I've got to tell you, I'm a little bit disappointed being here though, because I was told that this was in a bar, and I see my favorite beer on the shelf over there, and nobody has offered me a Corona Light yet.
These are all inflatable beers.
But at any rate, Brooksville First Presbyterian is a church that is just really getting started, regrowing and reinventing itself. But I would encourage, if you're looking for a place, I don't want to see you. If you've got a place of worship right now and you're going there, continue to go there. I don't want any stolen sheep. But if you're somebody looking for a new house of worship, come on by, give us a shot. Take a look at either our Saturday afternoon or one of our Sunday, services. Go out onto the web, the God-loves-you, just a single letter U.com. See what we're all about. If you like beach volleyball, we've got a brand new beach volleyball court. We're just putting a water net on it, which I'd never heard of such a thing, but when the ball hits the net, it sprays out water.
Great.
On the 31st of July, which is the last Saturday of the month, we are holding a carnival, and it's open to the public. In fact, we're going to have a bunch of grills out there. We'll be supplying the meat. You want to bring something else to grill, or you want to bring us some food to share, bring it.
Make sure we get that.
We'll have water slides, we'll have bouncy rooms, we'll have all sorts of prizes and activities, and of course we have the beach volleyball, which we do every Saturday afternoon from 4 to 6, right before our stepping stone service.
Well, that'll be
You and I
great.
need
The
to
kids
get
will
one
have
of
a
them
fun
bouncy.
time.
Be a great
Beach
time.
volleyball, with all the eating we're doing, we get some exercise.
Keep up.
Yeah, you go out to that website, you'll see all of it up there. Since I'm a dyed-in-the-wool techie, and I write code because I like to write code, not because somebody pays me for it. Our website stays up to date, and we have no trouble keeping things on it.
Very good.
Dave.
And I bet this pastor knows his address.
Yes, I bet it does. So if you'd like to tell us.
What would your address be?
My address for the church?
Yes.
It's 250 Bell Avenue.
Okay.
So it's right on the corner of Bell and Olive Street, downtown Brooksville. We're a block away from the post office in Brooksville.
Okay.
I can walk to Rising Sun for my latte in the morning.
Very nice.
Very nice.
That's
That's
And
cool.
Miss Cindy, what's she got?
Raising Sun, yes. This is Miss Cindy. Miss Cindy's going to speak next. But Pastor, anything else you'd like to throw in there before to conclude us?
Just the standard thing. To God be all the glory.
Thank you. And we'll see you Wednesday.
Yes,
Excellent.
sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you for coming.
Cindy from Lombardelli's has joined us now. We're going to try to get her to move up here. Yay! Lombardelli's Pizzeria in Bushnell, and she's got something she'd like to speak about. She's real nervous about speaking on the air. I don't know why, because it's the
I know,
air.
because she's been doing so good.
Yeah, you're doing great.
She's
She's
getting
picking up a
stronger
little.
with it.
I
Yes.
can't get her to sit up in the chair here, but she's going to stand here and talk. So, Cindy, the floor is yours.
Well, I just wanted to say thank you for, on July 1st, we had that Operation Troop Appreciation.
Right.
And it went awesome.
I was
We
trying
had
to
a
go.
terrific time.
The rain just got
It poured. Elvis said it never rains on Elvis, and it just
Yeah.
poured when he started singing.
Yeah, it won't rain on the king, from what I understand. It will not rain on the king, and then it started pouring down. And
It's just.
Joe told me that, yeah.
We took him into the laundromat, and he continued playing for us in the
Hand
laundromat.
stuff
In the
on the washers and stuff.
We wanted him to. But we passed around the pizza and the rotellas, and we had drinks there. But, the main thing is that we had a terrific time. And everybody came out, and there was so much appreciation for our troops. And that's the number one thing, is we want to let all the troops out there to know that we appreciate them. They're in Bushnell. We appreciate our troops, and we have a wall. We built a wall there, and everybody, any troop can go and fill out a little card, and they go and put their name underneath the branch that they serve. It's beautiful. It's a
And
beautiful.
this is where in
wall.
Bushnell?
We're in
Your
front of
Lombardelli's?
Isn't that a
Yeah,
pizzeria?
I haven't seen it. Yeah, where's your address here?
Yeah, we
they
need
can go
your
to the
address.
wall,
Show us your magazine. Tell us about your magazine.
Well, they came by yesterday.
Who?
Full of surprises.
Who came by?